Chapter 3, Example 5. The U.S. Bureau of Transportation Statistics reports data on airline flights. Let's look at data giving the percentage of flights canceled each month between 1995 and 2011. How often are flights canceled? So we have a graph provided to the right, a histogram, and a box plot showing the percentage of canceled flights. We want to describe the distribution, so of course we're going to cuss. Remember, every time we describe a distribution of univariate data, we want to cuss. Cuss. The distribution of canceled flights is unimodal and skewed right. Most months had less than 5% of flights canceled, and the majority of months between 1% and 3% of flights were canceled. On average, about 1.5% of flights were canceled each month. There are several outliers between about 4% and 8% as shown in the box plots. There was an extreme outlier of around 20%, which turns out to be from September of 2001. So both of these graphs give us some useful information. The most helpful thing for the box plot is it shows us all those outliers. So we can say more clearly, yes, there are outliers. So cuss. Center. On average, 1.5% of flights were canceled each month. So that's discussing the center. So unusual. There are several outliers between 4% and 8%, and an extreme outlier around 20%. Shape. The distribution of canceled flights is unimodal and skewed right. And finally, the spread. Most months had less than 5% of flights canceled, and the majority were between 1% and 3%. So we're not getting super accurate there. We're not saying for 50% of them are between this value. We're just saying most flights, so the biggest chunk of them are between these values. There's not one specific way to say it, but make sure you talk about all four of those things in proper statistical language, and you will be good.